Hey folks, RJ Steiner here. I'm going to demo the user story. Data collector sees indicator on event form when corresponding form response has not been synced to a device. This is the scenario where, for bandwidth constraint issues, you may not have turned on two-way sync for all forms. However, devices are sharing cases, and so you may create a case on one device and fill out some forms, sync that up, and then another device downloads that case, but not the forms. They need some indicator that this event form has been filled out, but it's just not available on the device itself. So for this demo, we're going to have to use a full server and a couple of devices to run through that scenario. I'm going to start by creating a group on the server using the case module content set. So I can do that with the docker exec Tangerine create group command, and we'll call the group test1, and we'll define the case module content set to use as a basis for that group. All right, I'm going to log in as the user 1 on the server, open up that test1 group. Let's also open up the content set. So there's a new form in the case module content set here at the bottom. It's the form that syncs up but not down form. The key part of this form is the CouchDB sync settings, that push is turned on true, pull is turned off false. How that manifests over on the server is under configure sync. Here we have that form, a form that syncs up but not down, and two-way sync is turned off. It's two-way sync is essentially that combination of when you have push and pull turned on. Over in case type 1, we have a new event form that we've added. This is in the first event, the registration event for case type 1. Here we've added an event form definition and called it the same thing. All right, so that's the settings. Let's recreate the scenario. I'm going to let's install the application on two devices. I'm going to do this using Chrome profiles. There's our first device and our second one. Take this URL and install the app. While that's installing, go to the server. Let's create the device records. Let's put them both in facility 1. And let's create the next one. So these are two devices that are going to share the exact same data. However, they won't have the exact same data because we have two-way sync configured differently for each form. So let's finish our device registration. And for this, I'm not going to use the QR codes. I'll just copy and paste the IDs and tokens. Device is claimed. Token. I'm going to log in for this demo just as the admin user, skipping creating device users. And so let's create the case on the device on the left. So that form I created was for role 2, and we created 2 role 2 participants. So we have a form that syncs up and down this one, and we also have a form that syncs up and down this one for participant 810052, different one for 810051. Let's fill this one out here. So there's not much to this form, just nothing to fill out. In fact, we just submit it. And we can see that we can still access it here, open it, and cool. Now, when we sync this data up to the server and sync back down to the second device, we'll see something a little different. Let's go to sync, start that, over on the other device, sync, start that, and let's look at the difference. So, under this participant, on the first device where we did fill out the form, we can see we can access the form. On the second device, we see it's grayed out. We see that it's complete. We know that something has happened there, but we don't have the data on the device for it to actually open that form response, so it's just grayed out. However, there is another instance of that form that we could fill out over here for the second participant, and we'll go ahead and submit that. So now we have one that we can open, that because we filled it out on this device, and one that we can't open. If I sync this back up, and also sync on this device, now we have one that we can't open because it was filled out on the device on the right. So that is our indicator currently for showing whether or not a device or an event form is available to open on a device. Thanks for watching.